What's up guys, Vibin' Javin back with another video. If you all have been following this account for a while, you may have seen my video called Why I Dropped Out of School for Fortnite. Well, this video is going to be a part 2 to that. I'm going to be getting into some of the deeper things, some of my life passions, life goals that also contributed to this. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, use code JavinTV in the item shop, and let's get into this video. In the first video of this series, I talked about reasons why I dropped out of school, such as I was learning a lot of stuff that I already knew. I didn't have much of a passion for the things I was studying, and all I could think about while I was in school was just building a YouTube audience, building a streaming audience, yada yada. There was other stuff I talked about in the video, such as backup plans like editing for music companies with my editing skills, using my gaming profile as a portfolio to get those jobs. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about some of my big picture plans and part of the reason why I really wanted to drop out of school. Let's do it. So if you know me, you know that I love gaming, I love streaming, I love making these videos. But there's more to me than that. I really like to paint, I really like to write. I have so many side hobbies, but the sad thing about most of these is that it's so hard to break through and make a career out of them. I considered studying art in school because I love painting, but even with an art degree, it's so hard to just break through as an artist. Like a lot of artists that go to school for art get jobs like, designing stuff for companies, maybe designing stuff for theater, becoming a teacher and other things. But I knew if I pursued art, the only way I would get full enjoyment out of it is if I had full creative freedom. I was my own independent artist, and I didn't have to do stuff that was sculpted by other people's visions. And so this is part 1 of the video. One of the reasons I dropped out of school to become a full-time streamer, Fortnite player, yada yada, is to build an initial audience that eventually I can start selling my artwork to, in the form of merch, in the form of printout paintings, or just original paintings. Even though my audience is primarily, Fortnite oriented, they follow me for my tips and tricks, or just for my gameplay, there's bound to be other people that respect me for the other things I do. For example, I have around 300,000 total followers across all my socials. What are the odds that at least one of those people would want to buy a painting from me? 1 out of 300,000. That's pretty good odds. So that's part of the reason I wanted to go full-time with gaming. One, I do have a really big passion for gaming and I love doing this, and I'm not planning to stop anytime soon. But I do want to eventually start up a full-time art channel, art store, merch store, all that stuff. So this was part of my plan when I dropped out of school. I knew I could build a Fortnite audience. I had all the skills I needed to do it, video editing, I had skill in-game, I have speaking skills over my videos, and I simply enjoy it, so I knew I wouldn't lose motivation and I'd be able to grind hard and build an audience. So the start of my plan when I dropped out of school was build a Fortnite audience. And then once I had that initial audience, I'd be able to branch out to my other things. I would mention on my social medias that I'm starting up a new channel for my artwork and stuff, and even if just 100 people go over there, that's a bit of a kickstart. The thing about YouTube is you can have really good content, but it might be really hard to grow if you don't have a kickstart. And so by building an audience in Fortnite, I'll be able to kickstart other passions down the road. If I get say 500 people searching my name on YouTube, YouTube will start recommending my channel to other people. They'll use my hashtags as kind of a starting grounds for what type of people they're going to recommend my content to. And just by having those initial 500 people search my name, YouTube will start recommending my page. All you need is a kickstart, a good audience, and an understanding of how YouTube works to grow. And so this was a part of my plan when I dropped out of school. I haven't had the time to start up this channel yet, but I'm going to start as soon as I move into a new apartment, and I'll open up my own art studio in that apartment. But I actually have more plans than just this. As you know, I have this Vibin' Javin channel, which is kind of like a mini podcast, but the Fortnite gameplay, it kind of minimizes the audience that I can expand to. Think about it like this. If I have Fortnite gameplay playing in the background, that minimizes the amount of people that are going to watch my videos to only the Fortnite audience. But eventually I want to start IRL channels where I talk about kind of the same stuff, but there won't be Fortnite gameplay in the background. Currently I'm saving up money through Fortnite so that I can pay an animator to animate videos for me to go along with stories. I also do writing and stuff, and then just other podcasts that I do. If this goes according to plan, my channels could blow up so much more because of the fact that it doesn't minimize my videos to only the Fortnite audience. And then I also want to get on Spotify and start doing podcasts on there as well. So part 1 of my plan was build a Fortnite audience. Part 2 is start selling merch that I design all by myself, start selling paintings, printouts, and start up an art channel. And then part 3 is start doing IRL type podcasts with animations and all sorts of cool stuff like that. And also to try to build an audience on Spotify. If I'm being honest and real with myself, I don't expect all these plans to go perfect. But honestly, so far, everything's been going so much better than I even planned when I dropped out of school. I built like 3 times the size of a Fortnite audience that I thought I would in the time that I did, which is absolutely crazy. Like, I love you guys so much for that. I've never been happier. I'm so excited to move out and like open my own podcast studio, art studio, and all that stuff so I can get these other projects rolling. I've been waiting so long and I'm so close to like paying off all my school loans, and I'm just waiting for the right time to move out. Probably towards the end of this Fortnite season, I'm going to make the move. I've also been trying to find some people to help out with, Fortnite videos, like doing editing for me. I have a thumbnail designer who does an insane job. I just need to get everything organized so then I have the maximum amount of time possible to make these other projects happen. As soon as I get my own place, I'm going to get a P.O. box. I'm going to start rolling out merch. I'm so excited for all this. So along with all these other plans, I do have like an end goal that I'm hoping to achieve. If I can get all this stuff to work out, I built the Fortnite audience. If I build an art audience and a podcast audience and save up a bunch of money, I want to eventually go to Europe and just tour all around Europe, going to all the art galleries, meeting a bunch of people in Europe, and just exposing myself to a bunch of new culture. And while I'm there, just paint a whole bunch of stuff and write a whole bunch of stuff, release a book, like a whole entire art collection. And I want it to be like the finale of my whole entire career. I'm hoping by that point, maybe I have enough money saved up to either retire or just go full-time with art. If I have enough money, I want to start helping out charities, just live like the happiest life, build a family, all that stuff. Now, when I dropped out of school, I talked about in my last video about how I had backup plans, and I made these backup plans because honestly, I wasn't even totally sure I was going to build a Fortnite audience. I knew I had what it takes, but I wasn't sure if I would actually be able to go through with it and like make it a reality, simply because there's so many other people trying to do it. There's so many skilled players. But, it's all I could think about. I had this whole entire plan for my life to reach like the maximum amount of happiness that I could. If I could do this plan all the way through, I would literally be living my dream life. It combines all the things I love, all my passions into one plan. And if I can make it work, I'm going to be the happiest I could possibly be. So far, we're on the right track, way ahead of schedule. Just know, like I said earlier in the video, I am not planning to stop doing gaming anytime soon. I want to be able to manage my gaming audience, my art audience, my podcast audience, sell books, sell merch, sell paintings, all that stuff all at once. I'm going to have to get extra help, but I'm on the lookout for the right people to bring on board. But yeah, that's my entire life dream. Hopefully, it all goes according to schedule. I'll be so happy if it does. I'm going to be working my butt off across the next few years to make all this stuff happen and make it as good as possible. Also, of course, when quarantine ends, I gotta find that girl that's right for me. I haven't been able to go out or meet anybody just because of stupid quarantine, dude. It's been beatski, but it's almost over. Once quarantine ends, everything's gonna be so much better. We're all gonna be so much happier. I cannot wait. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. In the last one, there were a lot of people like, oh, I don't know if you made the right choice, but that's your opinion. I know for a fact that I'm doing what makes me happy. And I'm doing it as good as I can. I'm working my butt off every single day. I wake up, even if I'm tired, I get some coffee, I get on the grind right away. Work from sun up to sundown because I have big plans in the future and I'm not going to let anybody stop me. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you. Bye.